Macro photography has been such a blessing in my life. Not only do I find the world of macro and the exploration of tiny, relatively unknown subjects fascinating and gratifying, but it also calms me to the point where it has become quite therapeutic. When I'm out in the field and completely immersed, all the everyday worries seem to become like a distant memory, even if it's just temporary and nothing else matters at that moment in time. One of the huge advantages of doing macro is that you can do it virtually anywhere. I have brought this up numerous times, but I think it's definitely one of its key strengths compared to other genres in photography. In this compilation that I'm about to show you, all of the images were taken with my Canon R7, the Laowa 90mm ultra macro lens that's capable of shooting up to 2x magnification. For lighting, I used my EX2 RT flash, and I also had a diffusion reflector kit attached to soften the lighting on my subjects. Briefly about the exposure settings. My preferred aperture with this particular setup is f11, which is still quite sharp and provides you with optimal depth of field, especially at 1:1 magnification. The shutter speed varied between 1/80th and 1/200th of a second, and the ISO range was between the base ISO 100 and 500 for this series. By the way, if you are new to my channel and love nature photography, especially macro, then please subscribe. I'm sure you will find something amongst the playlist that might interest you. Thanks a lot, and now let's have a look at what I captured on my last macro walk. The first subject that I stumbled upon was a tiny, colorful crab spider that belongs to the genus Australomycetidae. Crab spiders don't spin webs, but they are still capable of producing silk, mostly for drop lines. They are exceptional ambush predators, and the two front legs are usually much longer and more robust than the others. The way they move is quite fascinating as well, and definitely resemble crabs when they scuttle sideways or move backwards. Our second subject is a click beetle, also known as snapping beetle or skipjack. I spotted it moving on the bark of a eucalypt. There are over 9,000 described species worldwide, and this cosmopolitan beetle family is characterized by the unusual click mechanism they possess. A spine on the prosternum can be snapped into a corresponding notch on the mesosternum, producing a violent click that can bounce the beetle into the air. Clicking is mainly used to avoid predation, but it also comes very handy when the beetle is on its back and needs to right itself. Our next subject is one of the coolest looking spiders in my opinion. This is a two-tailed spider that was relatively small, and you can see that it was hanging onto a small prey that was partially covered in web. The genus Tomopsis belongs to the family of tree trunk spiders, and they live primarily in trees and don't spin complex webs. The reason why they are called two-tailed spiders is because they have two elongated spinnerets, which you can see pretty well in this close-up shot taken at the maximum magnification. This next spider species that I captured on a small blade of grass is an eastern bush orb weaver, also known as eastern grass orb weaver. I have encountered this particular species many times before. This orb weaver has distinctive white markings, and the females, as with most spiders, are significantly larger, almost twice as big as males. The females also create vertical webs and often decorate it with a stabilimentum. I have captured this process in high detail in one of my macro videos, so feel free to check that out too. I think it looks amazing. Our next series of shots is of a tiny jumping spider that I spotted on a small twig. It was rather shy at the beginning and was really difficult trying to nail some shots, as it just didn't want to seem to stop at all. This species belongs to the genus Simetha and has beautiful silver coloration, and on close look displays gorgeous iridescence on those tiny setae, the small hair-like structures that cover its entire body, especially visible on its cephalothorax. I spent close to an hour taking these shots and managed to grab several portraits from different angles of this curious, beautiful Australasian jumping spider. This next species, that was rather timid and very skittish, was a seed bug that is only found in Australia. It was moving around on the bark of a gum tree as well, and here it was partially hiding momentarily. I have left some ant species for last. This first one is a carpenter ant that was foraging on the ground, and I was tracking it for several minutes until I got one sharp image where I managed to nail the focus on the eyes. This species is known to build nests inside wood. They are also known for farming aphids for their sugary excretion called honeydew, In return, they provide the aphids with protection. Unfortunately, this next shot is not that decent, but at least I finally managed to grab a portrait of a beautifully colored bull ant that had gorgeous golden coloration on its abdomen. Bull ants are rather large and can grow up to 40mm. They have characteristic large eyes and long slender mandibles and a potent venom-loaded sting. They also have superior vision, able to track and even follow intruders from a distance of 1 meter. Currently, there are about 90 described species of bull ants in Australia. The very last series is of a rather large ant species that belongs to the genus Rhytidoponera. This genus is known in both Australia, Melanesia, and also been found in New Caledonia. I haven't found much information about this particular species, but its exoskeleton looks amazing with all those tiny indentations on the head and thorax. I wonder what kind of function they have. Their body also has a metallic sheen, especially on the abdomen. In the last 4 shots, you can see 2 specimens fighting over what looked like a larva, but one seemed to be either dead or paralyzed already, just based on how curled up its body was. Anyway, this is it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more if you enjoyed this video, and catch you all in the next one.